That's right, Ruben. Add another first-round draft pick that came out of Hugh Freeze's 2013 recruiting class. Evan Ingram, being a first-round pick, proves that good things actually do come to good people. Ingram came into Ole Miss a 6'3", undersized tight end. He was thrown straight into the fire as a freshman and received a lot of criticism early on as a player, just not big enough to establish his role as a dominant tight end. Well, thanks to all the haters, Ingram decided to dedicate the next 4 years as arguably the hardest-working player on Freeze's team. All that hard work paid off, as he'll go from catching passes from one Rebel in Chad Kelly to another Rebel in Eli Manning. Oh, and if that doesn't make you happy enough, just know he's making over $10 million under his new contract. Back to you guys. Welcome back to another wonderful Friday of Sports Watch. I'm Nick Donovan. The first round of the NFL draft took place last night, and shocker, the SEC absolutely dominated. The Southeastern Conference represented 12 of the 32 total picks, tying an all-time record set by, yep, you guessed it, the SEC 4 years ago. It is the sixth time in 7 years that the SEC has led the way in first-rounders. Alabama and LSU alone had 7 picks combined, with 5 other schools, including Ole Miss, of course, with Evan Ingram, each having 1. This continues to pave the path of dominance for the SEC. I'm sure it won't stop anytime soon. So 32 players are off the board. Who are some players that might have gotten snubbed out of the first round? I think these 5 players will pretty quickly hear their name called in round 2 tonight. First off, Dalvin Cook. The Florida State running back has had a history of shoulder issues, and that's really the only reason he had been picked off the board. Cook is exceptional with his foot quickness and vision to open the open gap. Next, Quincy Wilson. The 6'1" cornerback from Florida State came in as a 3-star safety, but 3 years of development later, and he is a for sure second-round pick as a dynamic quarterback. Many NFL analysts had Wilson going in the first round in their mock draft. What about a quarterback, you say? The best QB left on the board is Deshaun Kaiser. Notre Dame Fighting Irish star has size and arm and can very well develop into a starting NFL quarterback. Back to the SEC we go. Cam Robinson. Out of all the players remaining in the draft, Robinson was the most common name mentioned and players that teams are going to regret passing on in the first round. Nick Saban himself said that he is the best offensive lineman he's ever seen at Alabama. That's some high praise. And finally, it's one more SC player in Chad Kelly. No, I'm just kidding. Tennessee Volunteer running back Alvin Kamara will be a player to watch out for. What he lacks in size, the 5'10" running back makes up for with his speed and decision-making. Throwing it over to baseball, the Rebs have already clinched a series against Arkansas as they won the first game of today's doubleheader 4-1. The Rebels are 20-1 when they score 4 more runs, and they're also undefeated this year when they score more runs than the other team. Now that is some hard-hitting analysis. The win earlier this afternoon clinched the series already for Ole Miss, a much-needed win for this Rebels team with a .500 SEC record. Game 3 of the series is currently underway, and the Rebs lead 3-2 early in the 4th inning. A sweep would be huge for Ole Miss as they have a chance to climb the ladder of the SEC standings. In NBA news, Larry Bird stepped down as president of the Indiana Pacers. Although Larry Legend is departing, he is leaving his position with a record that no one else has done in NBA history. Bird is the only person in NBA history to be named MVP, Coach of the Year, and Executive of the Year. Bird's departure only strengthens the looming cloud hanging over the Pacers this offseason, and that is the free agency of Paul George. The California native is leaning heavily towards signing with the Lakers this summer, and to me, Bird stepping down only further reiterates that Paul George already has a suitcase packed for LA. Bird stepping down is a final straw in a failed attempt for this Pacers team to ever get past the Glory King LeBron in the East. That's all for sports today. For more sports updates, be sure to follow us on Twitter at NewsWatch_UM to get up-to-date info on all Ole Miss sports. Back to you guys at the desk.